RPV, we made it, friends, neighbors. It's October already. And honestly, one of my favorite times of the year in the ranch. Not only is the season starting to change, get a little bit of that color, you know, little nip to the air, but we've got the Halloween festivities. Which, in my opinion, it might be the funnest thing we do all year. We get the convoy with the cars and the trucks and the floats and the golf carts and the houses. It's just like trunk or treat. The kids love it, right? So looking forward to that. Hopefully I get a chance to see you there live. And also got some numbers here. So as we head into the election on the real estate side of stuff, we're going to be tracking two numbers right now, which could foretell how 25 is going to go.
Yeah, and on top of those real estate numbers, how's that playing into the finance? So a couple of really interesting programs that have come out now. Self-employment for even less than a year. And that's critical for that upper level market.
A lot of self-employed folks out right in the ranch too.
Exactly. And then we've got 100% financing that's starting to broaden, making affordability a little bit more exciting too. So both of those coming up.
All right, so is the cork finally popped off the old wine bottle when it comes to prices? Gang, if you've been seeing any of these knucklehead videos we're putting out every single month, you've noticed the trend, right? The trend is more inventory, more days on market, but we've still had the stalwart of the prices hanging on. Because of the low inventory, we still had more demand. Finally, we're starting to see maybe the emblems of some prices waning in the 901. So first of the numbers, new listings up 6.3. So that's a lower number than we've been reporting before, but still the biggest number because the rest of them are all negatives. So pending sales down 23.1%. Closed sales down 18%, right? So what does that mean? New stuff coming on, not as much stuff flying off, which is putting basically the prices flat this month. The thing to watch for as we move into 2025 is days on market up 76%. Right? Inventory of homes for sale up another 55%. So historically, especially in the ranch and in the luxury market, the year after the election tends to be a pretty good year. People like to kind of figure out like what gang gets into the White House and you know, the economy and the direction and stuff. So if the rates hang on, which I want to hear from you about in a second, young man, we could be poised for a really good 25.
Yeah, absolutely. And those numbers bode really well for both sides of the fence still, which is interesting, right? Sellers,
well said.
Not a lot of stuff on the market. Maybe you can become attractive. Buyers, some opportunity. Combine that with the lower rates, and we have a really interesting environment right now. One of my favorite things that happens in the lending environment is when things slow down. Why? Because lenders start coming out with more creative programs.
That's right.
Right? And so for those in the higher end market, one of the things that's really common is that they switch jobs, or maybe you become self-employed when you used to do this thing for a long time. You start your own business, and oftentimes those folks get left to the side. But what's really cool right now is we've got a program where if you're self-employed for less than 1 year, we can still do a loan for you right now. So that's a really exciting change that we're seeing evolve. So if someone told you no already, that may not be true anymore. The second thing is 100% financing. Loving the 100% financing right now. We're starting to see an evolution where that no longer has to pay an extreme penalty to get there. You're still always going to pay a little bit more if you don't put any money down. But the idea is they're starting to break that out. So that's on the other side of the buyer's let's say, portfolio where you've got a little bit smaller loans, you don't have as much money to put down, but that's an opportunity for first timers especially, or kids trying to get into their first home.
Or downsizing potential with 4 million boomers going into retirement age this year. 4 million, gang. There's a lot of folks that said, hey, I did the damn thing. You know, I rode it all the way. I did the big house, and now all the kids are empty nested out. And now I want to take some of that harvested equity and try to downsize, but maybe keep as much of the powder dry as possible. So I don't have to soak it all up in my down payment on my house. Maybe I can put it over here in a liquid side fund and have it gaining compound returns while I still downsize and reduce my costs.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of folks who are downsizing, keeping their money, right? Getting a new loan, even though maybe they could pay cash, because they know that money can do better for them as they cruise into retirement.
And gang, that's what we do here all day. Your friends and neighbors right here in the ranch over in the greenhouse group. If there's any needs that you or someone you know might have either trying to get into or out of the ranch, go ahead and look us up.
Yep.